all of you CAT aspirants. I hope you guys are having a great day and that your preparation is just the way you planned it to be. Now, I know the moment we think about preparation and English, the one thing that just comes upon us and overwhelms us is vocabulary. While there is no perfect way to master vocabulary, but there is always an attempt to vocabulary. And today, I come once again with an attempt to be able to get you as close to vocabulary as possible. Now, you know, following the previous days, we take 30 idioms which have been from a raging headline topic, and we try to understand what the meaning of those are, followed with an example so that you understand the usage of that idiom as well. Now, vocabulary cannot be in the rote learning manner. It will always have to be in an interactive manner. So I am trying to, of course, make an attempt to ensure that you get as interactive as possible when it comes to vocabulary. So in this very short 12 to 15 minutes of engagement, you're going to be richer by 30 idioms. What better? So why wait? Let's just get into it and see what it has for today. The topic that we are doing today is an unmissable topic because this man is a very narcissist person who cannot but give away attention. So let's see who do we have today. So today our idioms are going to be around Trump trials, the comeback, and the right-wing rhetoric. So let's see all of the idioms that we have around it. But before that, let's see what is the kind of vibe that we want for ourselves. So these are, of course, going to expose the American political drama. These have been taken up just as heard in debates, indictments, speeches, and satire. And as we say, when the gavel falls, the idioms rise. So let's start with what is it that we have for today, starting with the first. Trial by fire. Trial by fire is an idiom which means facing a severe test or an ordeal. So fire is always in mythology also. It's been used as a test. It's the ultimate test. Sita also did that, right? So we say Agni Pariksha. So anything which is a trial by fire means a severe test or an ordeal. For example, Trump's legal saga is a political trial by fire. So the way the story seems to be unfolding, it just seems to be a trial by fire. Next, political hot potato, which means a controversial or an awkward issue. Now, hot always comes along with controversy, and it's political. So we also know the kind of controversy. And the moment you become a hot potato, it means you are somebody who has all eyes grabbed. So his hush money case remains a political hot potato, something which is still a controversial issue. Skeletons in the closet, which means you've hidden a lot of things. So hidden and potentially damaging secrets. So once the skeletons are out of the closet, it means all things that you've been hiding for so long have been given to public. So investigators are hunting for skeletons in his campaign closet. So what is that one thing that can really destroy, or that could just be a groundbreaking secret that people need to know? Comeback kid, which means somebody who rebounds after a setback. So comeback basically means to rebound. Trump's positioned himself as the GOP's comeback kid. So he's the one who's just come back. With all things that happened in the previous tenure, he's now back into action. Walking on eggshells, it's literal. Eggshells are fragile, they're very delicate. So when you're walking on eggshells, it means you have to be very cautious to avoid any offense, because even a slight weight might just break the eggshells. And that is why you have to be that careful with the words that you use. So moderate Republicans are walking on eggshells around Trump because one never knows when Mr. Trump can just be upset. Blowback means unexpected negative consequences. So a blow is taken in the physical sense, but of course here it's been taken metaphorically. So it's something that's coming back to you. And back, of course, is the preposition that is being used. So blowback becomes the consequence that's coming back to you. So his indictment caused serious blowbacks to swing states. Smoke and mirrors. Smoke is always always a sign of something that's about to happen, and mirrors are a reflection. So smoke and mirrors have been taken in the sense that they tend to be creating illusion and deceptive tactics. So critics call his legal defense strategy smoke and mirrors. So it's not something that is happening, but It's just the kind of thing that seems to be making an illusion of happening. I'm just going to shift this a little here. In hot water, so hot water is always trouble. I mean, one will never want to go and put his hand in hot water. So that is how it's been taken. So in hot water becomes a situation that is in serious trouble. For example, the former president is in hot water over classified files. That means some secrets have really come out of the closet. The skeletons are out of the closet, and now he seems to have landed in a lot of serious trouble. Play the victim card. I think this has been very common. People tend to use it in normal language also, and that means claim to be unfairly attacked. So you become the victim. Everybody is just trying to snap and pounce at you. Example, he continues to play the victim card at rallies. So just to be able to get sympathy vote, he pictures himself, he portrays himself as the one who is suffering. Dog whistle politics, which means coded language targeting specific groups. So it's a dog whistle. Not everybody is going to be able to understand just those people. So his migration stance is rife with dog whistle politics. So it's the kind of thing which is just filled with targeting a specific group of people. And of course, we know that. Witch hunt means a baseless persecution. Persecution means to be able to charge somebody, right? So he slammed the trial as a political witch hunt, which means it's baseless. It doesn't have any substance to itself, and that we're simply doing it to be able to criticize the person that we have, simply tarnish the image. Rally the base. So rally the base again becomes energize the supporters. So you're rallying with the base. A rally is always understood to be a group of people. It's a mob that is hyper in the way they are. So he used the court appearances to rally the base. Elephant in the room. Now, of course, it becomes, elephant is a larger animal, so it becomes an obvious but ignored situation. So one does not want to address it, but one cannot even bypass it. It becomes that important. So the January 6th hearings remain the elephant in the room. Throw under the bus. It means betray for self-benefit. So something has been with you all this while and you've just thrown it under the bus. So all things good that you have, and now they don't stand anymore. So some aides were thrown under the bus during testimony. Playing hardball means using very tough tactics. So hardball over here, hard and ball is how it is. So something that's very rough, something which is very difficult. So the DOJ is playing hardball in its investigation. Somebody who is using very rough tactics to be able to scope out, to be able to extract information. Divide and conquer. We've been listening to this since the Indian independence, and that is splitting opposition to maintain control. So you divide and then you individually control. So his rhetoric follows a divide and conquer strategy. Next is a trial balloon. So trial balloon means a test reaction to an idea. It is a trial. That is how the word comes out. So his VP speculation may be a trial balloon. So it's nothing but just a test reaction that they're doing to be able to see how it comes out. Next, we have smoke out. So smoke out means to expose or uncover something that is hidden. So you're trying to get the smoke gets the attention, and that's how you know what's happening there. So prosecutors aim to smoke out key informants. So they're trying to get those to the fore. The court of public opinion. So it's a court, but it's of public opinion. So popular judgment outside of court. So when the public decides what needs to be done, does not wait for the legislation or the judiciary to step in. That is what becomes of the court of public opinion. He campaigns as much in the court of public opinion. So even in India, we see when the public takes the matters to its hand, they become the judge and the jury. Kangaroo court, it means a biased or a mock legal proceeding. So when a kangaroo court is used in terms of reference, as in a kangaroo just keeps jumping. So when there's mockery, when there's just jumping around like that and no serious stuff that seems to be happening. So he calls the Georgia case a kangaroo court. Circle the wagons, which means to defend against external attacks. So wagon basically means something that you are using to be able to protect yourself. So you're circling the wagon means you are simply defending. The main person is there and that you're surrounded and not let that person succumb. So Trump loyalists have circled the wagons post indictment. So whatever be the blames that came across his way, they circled him like a wagon, which means the center person, Mr. Trump was inside, and everybody had just protected him. Clutching at straws, which means desperate for any chance. I mean, it's a straw; it's just so malleable. How much good can it do to you? But you're clutching onto the straws also, which means any possible hope that is available. So analysts see his team is clutching at straws. So it's your last surviving chance, and that you're trying to do anything and everything that you can to be able to survive. Make or break a moment. This is again something that we use in very commonplace, and that is crucial opportunity for success or failure. So the trial is a make or break moment for 2024. Let's hop on to the next. Take a stand. So whenever you're taking a stand, you're again owning up, you are taking responsibility. So publicly assert one's position. His legal team finally took a stand against gag orders. So finally owned up and took responsibility and ownership of that one situation. Political theater. So political theater basically becomes dramatic but insincere action in politics. So there's a lot of theatrics that are going on, which means nobody really seems to be working or, doing the thing that they are designated to do, but it's all drama that seems to be happening. So the courtroom became political theater. Next, line in the sand. It means a firm boundary or position. So literally a line in the sand, which means that's yours and this is mine. And it's very evidently done. So he drew a line in the sand on gun rights. So he drew it there, which means he made it very clear as to what is a firm boundary or position. A loose cannon. Now that becomes somebody who's unpredictable and potentially a very dangerous person. Cannon over here symbolizes a person, and loose, of course, is the kind of person who's not, upon whom there can be no rain. So even allies call him a loose cannon. So somebody who's unpredictable, somebody who'll just go, somebody who'll just misfire anywhere, any place. Shoot from the hip. It means to speak without thinking. So when you just say something off the cuff, you have zero idea, you've not given it any thought, you're just going about blabbering something, that is to shoot from the hip. So his off the cuff tweets shoot from the hip. So if you see the tweets, they're meaningless. They basically have no structure to themselves, they just simply go about. Power play, a very important word that we use in today's times. Strategic move to gain control. So it's a power play. He's used his power to play along. So announcing re-election during trial is a power play. So he knew that this is when, strike the iron when it's hot, and he's used his power to do it. End game, as the word suggests, it is the final stage of the process. It is the end game. So is this legal spiral part of Trump's end game? And with this, we come to an end to 30 hot, very, very controversial idioms that were used all along his indictment. And if you were following the news of Trump, these cannot go missed. But again, if they did, we made an attempt today to be able to know what all of these are likely to mean. So let's see, what is the verdict of this idiom? These idioms, from tweets to trial, idioms echo every twist in political drama of Trump. So we know all things that went about, and with the summarization of all of these idioms, in fact, we can actually know, without even knowing the real story, as to what must have really gone around or what must have been the situation. That's going to be it. If you like the video, do hit the like button, share it with other like-minded friends who are also struggling with vocabulary and would find this interesting. I'm going to see you guys next time again with another set of idioms, which are going to be around another loud raging topic that we have. Until then, make sure that you know these 30 and flaunt it, because you're learning, obviously, to be able to use it. So without any hesitation whatsoever, make sure that you use it, because vocabulary comes only with interaction. It does not come with mugging up. See you guys until next time. Thank you so much.